What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. I really appreciate you being here. And if you are subscribed, thank you so much for being a subscriber. But if you are not, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit that like button if you're listening to this on YouTube. It's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. We just want to go ahead and brighten up the place. Look, let's get into this conversation. It's being reported that Tasha K has officially filed for bankruptcy after being ordered to pay Cardi B almost $4 million in this defamation case that Cardi B brought against her. Listen, I'm not here to talk about what Tasha K should have done or the reason why she got into this, and if she just kept her mouth shut or if she didn't talk about that woman, she wouldn't be in this mess. Here's the situation, and I just want to speak from a stance of one, as a business owner, and you go through things, whether it was a bad decision, I wouldn't say it was a mistake. Mistakes are literally like you tripped and fell, or you wrote the wrong date on a check, or, you showed up at the wrong location or something like that. This was a wrong choice or a bad decision that sometimes people do. Very expensive one, might I add, but it is what it is. And so Tasha K has, in my personal opinion, being beautifully honest, she is who she is. You can't take that away from her. When she was doing that interview, I'll never forget it because I remember seeing it before anybody started talking about it. When she was being interviewed on a podcast, it was online, and it was off the heels of the case and the judgment coming down. And they asked her about it, the guy and the female. They were pretty serious about it. And they asked her, like, what do you think about it? What do you intend to do? And she paused for a moment, and she was just herself. And she said, look, I ain't got it. And they just bursted out laughing. Listen, I'm here to tell you, I've never been through anything like that in terms of what she's going through, in terms of the amount, the dollar amount, and definitely it hasn't been because of defamation. But as a business owner, sometimes we go through things that we don't want to go through. It may not seem fair. It may seem like the world is crashing in on us. But to see this woman still standing, still running her business, operating as she intended on doing before the case happened, and in my personal opinion, even better after the case came down and happened, because she lost a lot of subscribers after she came out and made a statement after the judgment, and she just kept moving forward, and she's gained those people back. I don't even say the same people, but some of them, because I've even seen in the comment section where some people have said, I unsubscribed from you, but I'm back and I love you, or, you just keep it real or whatever. She's gained the numbers back and then some since that happened, right? She's continuing to move forward. And that, to me, I don't care what anyone has to say about her. People can call her a demon or say she's evil or she says a lot of foul stuff or whatever. But she's one of those people that you either like her or you don't. There's not really a lot of in between. And she's okay with that, because she said over and over again, look, I don't have any friends in the industry, and I know who my people are. My people are my people before we got to where we are, me and my husband, in this business. So she came out and she said that she was in a bind. She did a video on her podcast channel where she said, I'm in a bind, Nate. Like, that was the title of the video. And I mean, just seeing the title of the video, to me, I just felt like this, some people really get inspired by that. I'm not speaking about the actual business that she operates. I'm speaking from the perspective of the fact that she's continuing to proceed and move forward, do whatever she needs to do. In spite of what people are saying about her, she's still operating her business. And that, to me, is inspiring, period. And people who make a lot of judgments about her or say a lot of negative things about her being the blogger that she is, you've got the Inquirer. They're still around. Yeah, people say that it's not a reputable magazine, but people, obviously they're still reading it because they're still freaking printing the magazines and they're still on the newsstands at the grocery stores. I don't read it, but somebody must be doing it, because if they weren't, and if they weren't making money, trust and believe they would not be still printing those paper magazines and putting them out in grocery stores. So I'm just saying, I digress. The fact that she's still proceeding in life in spite of all of that, to me, is inspiring, but she's doing what she has to do. She filed for bankruptcy. I don't know if that's going to completely wipe out this debt. But what I'm saying is that when it comes to people like Cardi B and other people who are relentless in pursuing a judgment that they got in court, I've said this before and I will say this again, because I've had people that have stolen from me in business, and people would say to me all the time, you need to sue them. Are you going to take them to court? You can get a judgment. And I said, yeah, I'm going to get a judgment. But I don't have the time, the energy, neither do I want to even go back in the past to what they did to me, even if it was not that long ago, because there is a statute of limitations on things when it comes to things in court. I don't want to live there. I want to move forward. And yeah, the stuff may hurt me. It may have hurt me emotionally, and it may have even hurt me financially, but I have to believe that they're going to get their just due in life, and I'll let life handle them. I'm not going to take them to court, because I will get a paper judgment that I'm going to be fighting to try to get fulfilled. And more likely than not, I'm not going to get the money, because they'll probably, if they have assets or property, they're going to move the assets around, move the property around. They may file for bankruptcy, all of those different things, and I can't collect on it. So I'll get a paper judgment, and then I'm still going to be pissed. So the gist of what I'm saying is that when it comes to Cardi B, I can't tell anybody who has been wronged or felt that they have been wrong how to feel or how to operate, right? You can't tell somebody who has been wronged how to feel and how to react. I get it, but you can make suggestions. With Cardi B, she is lucky. I wouldn't say she's blessed. I don't like to use the word blessed or blessings loosely, but I will definitely say she's lucky that she is in the place that she's in. She is someone who formerly was living a lifestyle that a lot of people who are in would love to get out of, but they feel stuck. I don't think a lot of women who are strippers want to be strippers, but it's the money that keeps them there. She was able to get out of it because of trust and believe. If Cardi B really loved stripping, even though she does what she does as a rapper and an entertainer, she would still be in the clubs, on the stage, not just going to it and throwing dollars at the strippers, right? So obviously that's not something she wanted to do for the rest of her life, right? She was able to get out of it. She has succeeded, I believe, her wildest dreams. And even recently I saw something where her husband said that he and she are icons. Take your status, take your money, be happy that the judge ruled in your favor, the court and, the jury ruled in your favor. But when it comes to the money, she may never get all of that, what she was awarded. I'm not saying she's not going to get anything, because from what was reported previously, she was able to garnish some of her YouTube wages. But the thing about garnishment is they can only garnish a percentage. And that's the thing that baffled me when I would hear people make comments like, they're going to take all of her money and they can take her house and this and that and the other. They can't do that. Legally, for a civil judgment, they cannot take your property and make you homeless. That doesn't happen. They can put a lien on your property, and then when you go to sell it, then the lien has to be satisfied before the house will be sold. And the lien doesn't follow the person. The lien follows the property. See, that's something else that I haven't heard anyone say. People may have mentioned it that I haven't heard, because, of course, there's been a lot of people talking about this situation. And that's why a lot of people who may have liens on their property, if it's a large amount, they may not be able to sell the property because the person does not want to deal with that, because the lien follows the property. It doesn't follow the person, right? So I don't know her personal situations when it comes to any property she owns or maybe did own. I don't know if she sold it, what. That's not for me to know unless it just comes out and it's public information that comes out. I'm not going to go digging and searching for it. But People in business do things like this all the time. This may be, I wouldn't even say it's unprecedented, because we saw this happen with Alex Jones recently. He was ordered to pay billions of dollars to, and this was a way more egregious situation. This isn't a blogger calling a rapper STD infected and making comments like that may hurt your feelings. We're talking about someone who claimed that a tragic situation that happened at a school where a lot of lives were taken did not really happen, and it caused a lot of these people to get harassed and get threats against their lives and all kinds of crazy mess. Even some have had health issues that they've had inflicted upon them due to all of the stress of everything that they've gone through. But he went and filed for bankruptcy. These people may never get their money. That's, to me, tragic. People need to be speaking out more against that versus screaming about Tasha K needs to pay that girl her money. No, Alex Jones needs to pay those people their money. But he filed bankruptcy and he's still moving forward. But when it comes to Tasha K, you've got people that are really wanting to see her like obliterated. And I don't feel that that's right either. I'm just saying, it looks like she's doing what she needs to do as a businesswoman. And hate it or love it, agree with it or disagree with it, those options are in place for a reason. And even if the bankruptcy filing does not completely obliterate the judgment that she owes, she's not going to stop and she's going to continue to move forward. So people who are getting upset about her making the decisions that she has options to make for herself and for her business and for her family, it's really a moot point. We should not be getting so angry about it because she has the right to do it. Again, I don't know if it can be excluded from bankruptcy. It's possible that Cardi B's side could file a motion to not dismiss the bankruptcy, but to be excluded from the bankruptcy and still pursue and say, well, this debt should not be included in the bankruptcy. We don't know where it's going to go from here, but she's filed. Just saying, I don't think that she's doing anything wrong by filing because, again, I don't know what's in her pockets. I don't think that Tasha K is broke by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't believe that she has that type of money to pay Cardi B. And I believe that continuously pursuing to try to take, like she said back before she filed the lawsuit, all her bread, you can't take all of her money at one point because you can't, that's not even allowed. A garnishment only allows for a percentage to be taken to pay against a debt that is owed, period. And because Cardi B, I feel, has taken it so, well, it's personal, of course, so I can't say she's taking it so personal, but taking it to the extreme where you're following her on social media and seeing if she says anything about you, and if she mentions anything about the money or whatever, then you comment and say, where's my money, or something like that. I feel that Cardi B has to get to a place of releasing Tasha K and letting her go and finding forgiveness, period. Because you can't continue to operate in life hating someone that harmed you and thinking that you're going to be in the place that you truly could be in. I'm not saying that she's not doing well. Obviously, she's doing a lot better than some people are doing. But I believe that it could probably be better if she found some way in her heart to just release Tasha K and let her go. Because the attorneys are only going to pursue it as much as Cardi B wants to pursue it. And so my personal opinion is that I feel that she just needs to find some way of allowing Tasha K to just do her due diligence. She's doing what she's trying to do to just keep moving forward and protecting herself in some way, shape, or form. And you know, it's funny. I don't really hear a lot of people talking about 50 Cent because he was sued by, I believe it was Rick Ross's baby's mom. and it was something about an explicit tape that he put out, and she sued him and she won, and he filed for bankruptcy. I don't hear people talking about that, but yet he's continuously trying to harass Tierra Marie, saying, "Where's my money?" because she sued him, she lost, and he won a judgment as well as attorney's fees, and she still hasn't been paying him. So I don't know. It's just something to me where I feel that Tasha K, she gets it harder than a lot of people that I feel should get it. And when it comes to the defamation part, you already won in court. Sometimes the ruling in court may be the closest to victory that you will get. Some people will never get the money because, and I've also said this before too, when it comes to even my own situation, when I've had people say to me, "Why don't you sue this person?" And we're talking about, for me, we're talking about former employees or, someone who may not have been an employee, but I helped them out in some way and they ain't got it. And I've said to people in response to that, I'm a business. I'm a corporation. Usually, yeah, businesses, they can sue people, but you usually see more people suing businesses because they know that they're guaranteed to get their money. When a business sues a person, they're less likely to get their money. Yeah, you can get a judgment, but do you know how many judgments are not collected on? I sued someone years ago for doing some work on my lawn years ago that did not finish the work. And I sued that person. Of course, he didn't show up. Got a default judgment. Easy. You think that man had anything that I could garnish or have taken or put a lien on or whatever? Absolutely not. So I had a paper judgment that I couldn't collect on. So I was out of court fees and out of time that I wasted on that. And I didn't get anything out of it. And he's probably still out there to this day, if he's still alive, scamming people and taking their money and not finishing the work that they hired him to do. So I'm just saying it's like that sometimes. Sometimes that's just the way the stuff shakes out. And you just have to be, not saying you have to be okay with it, but you have to get to a point where you can really just release it and let it go. Cardi B, she may have that grudge that she just can't release. She may be one of those people that she can never let things go. I think she said that one time, if we have beef, we going to have beef forever. So I guess she's saying that she's going to have beef forever with Tasha K. But Tasha K is saying, I ain't got it for you. Okay. Some of the comments that people were making was, like one person said, y'all smoking if you think Tasha didn't stash the rest of her money abroad. Someone else says, moved all that money to Africa and then filed. She's smart, LOL. Someone else says, as she should, I wouldn't pay that botched B a cent. Listen, and that person is goes by the name of Karen 555555555. So I didn't say it. I'm just reading the comments. Someone else says that was her plan all along. That's why she kept joking about it. Someone else says, y'all know rich people do this for sport, right? File bankruptcy and move on with their rich lives. And someone else says, all she had to say was, this is my sorry for 2004. And then someone else says, bankruptcy doesn't include that $4 million lawsuit. And y'all thinking about she can just switch her LLC to someone else's name and have her money going there. Y'all think the courts are stupid? She'll be in more trouble trying to hide the money and etc. You think Cardi B can't sue her and the businesses? And I don't know if she's trying to move anything from one LLC to another. She's filing for bankruptcy. And yeah, technically, depending on which chapter you file, if it's a reorganization of debt, which that may be the route that she's going, versus a Chapter 7 where I believe it wipes out everything, or you're asking the court to wipe out everything. Just because you file doesn't mean that the court is going to approve it. And that's the other thing that people need to understand as well. Filing for bankruptcy doesn't mean that you're going to get everything that you're asking for. So it's also a risk. Definitely it is a risk. But she may have filed a chapter that she's just asking for reorganization of debts. And in that sense, Cardi B, she won in court, but she wouldn't get what she's asking for because what they will do is reduce the amounts across the board of all of the debts that she owes. Listen, Donald Trump, how many times did he file for bankruptcy? Yeah, it may not have been personal, but it may have, and may have been business, but he's filed multiple times. And he's not the only one. Several people have filed for bankruptcy. It's not something that I would want to do, but I don't think most people who file for bankruptcy want to do it. It's mainly because they have way more debts than they have liquid assets, and they're looking for a way to be able to breathe and have more peace of mind. And I believe for Tasha K, because she shared it on her YouTube channel, it's nothing private. She shared it herself, that this has been overwhelming. She's learned a lot. She's a different person now than she was then, even though some people may not recognize it, see it, or even want to believe it, because she's doing her job. When she is the Unwind with Tasha K and drinking and talking to the winos and all that, that's her character on her platform of her show. I don't believe that's who she is in real everyday life. She's a wife. She's a mother of 2 children. I don't think that she would have gotten to the point of success if she was just a drunken wino around the house and, cursing everybody out all the time. So I think some people need to remember to try to separate the character and the persona from the person. And I do believe that if a person has expressed remorse, as she has, for some people it may be too late, but she ultimately did. If someone expresses true, genuine remorse, then I feel that they should get another opportunity to redeem themselves. And I believe that's what she's been trying to do for these past few years, is try to redeem herself. And in my personal opinion, I feel that she's been really trying really hard, and I commend her for that. I really do. But people are going to think what they want to think, and that's fine. But I just wanted to say, from the perspective of someone that tries my best to, it ain't easy, remember that people are human beings. Sometimes they F up big time. And I can't hold on to that hatred. I can't hold on to that unforgiveness myself and think that it's going to cause hurt on them. That's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. You really have to be able to release it and let it go. Cardi B and her legal team, the legal team doesn't care, because every time the legal team makes a move, Cardi B has to pay for it. But every time Cardi makes a move to try to press the courts to take this from her and do that and do this and file this motion and do that, I can guarantee you it's making her more and more upset, and it's riling up those old feelings every single time. If she were to just release Tasha K, literally just be like, you know what? You ain't got it. I got the 9,000 from you. Just don't talk about me no more. You expressed remorse. So let's just move on from this. I believe that Cardi B may have even more peace within herself that she may not really have right now. I don't follow her on social media. I'm not even a fan of her music, just personally. I don't dislike her. It's just not, I'm just not into that type of music, that genre of music myself. But I would probably say that that alone may be one of the blocks that she may be having, because just hearing other people's commentary and talking about her, I've heard a lot of people say, when is she going to do a new album? It's been years since she's done an album, blah, blah, blah. Who knows? That may be one of the things that may be a hindrance or a block to her, if she could just release it and let it go. Not everybody's going to like you. I've seen a lot of things, again, other people's commentary, not me following her on social media, where she goes off on people and she's just got that type of personality where I guess she does that, where she's super sensitive and things get to her, and she's got millions of followers. She maybe not should be in the comment section on social media, maybe not even posting yourself. Have somebody else do it, for God's sake. I'm nowhere near Cardi B in terms of success. But even in my own business, I have assistants that post to our social media for us, because I don't have time to do it. I don't know how she has the time to do it. Maybe she has the time, but I'm just saying I wouldn't even be doing it. Especially, I would not be reading comments, or if somebody tags you, checking to see what people have to say about you. I just believe that she would have more peace if she could find it in her heart to let Tasha K go, because Tasha K, I'm, again, not saying she's broke, but I don't believe she had the $4 million. And I do believe that that was an excessive judgment. I know that it was the punitive damages, and punitive is supposed to be, it means to punish. I get that. But millions of dollars, I really felt that that was extremely excessive. I would have even understood if it was like $250,000 or maybe even $500,000, 500,000 or 250,000, but almost $4 million compensatory and punitive. What real damages besides emotional, not saying emotional doesn't matter, but like what real damages did Cardi B really receive based upon the commentary that Tasha K did and the allegations that were put out there or spread about her? I'm just being honest. Again, when it comes to the courts, sometimes they get things messed up. And that's a game that you play also when you take the chance to go to court. Sometimes it goes in your favor and sometimes it does not. But I just really wanted to talk about that, guys. Yeah, Tasha K, she filed for bankruptcy. Again, she filed. Nothing has been finalized yet. We do not know what the outcome is going to be. But I don't fault her for doing what she feels like she needs to do to try to cover and protect herself. That's what those laws are there for. It may not benefit her, and it may, but she's trying. And that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to try, Do you just like lay down in the road and give up? That's the one thing I can say that I admire about her. She's not just laying down in the road and giving up and saying, I give up. I know some people want her to do that because they don't want to see her win. They don't want to see her come back. They don't want to see her succeed. They feel she deserves everything negative that is coming her way, and they want to see her suffer. And I don't think that that's good for anybody to do, unless you're talking about Martell Holt, okay? But he's a freaking demon seed, and nothing has changed about him. He is who he is, and he's damaged so much of his ex-wife's life and just continues to try to do that. That's a different category. But when it comes to Tasha K, I just believe that she's just trying to do what she has to do to cover and protect and save herself. People do make bad decisions. It happens. To that scale, maybe it wasn't worth it, but it's happened. And now, what do people expect her to do? Some people, with her, it's damned if she does and damned if she doesn't. So I don't really know what anyone really wants from her, but I just wanted to talk about it because I saw the news and I really was like, well, she's trying to do something. And she's expressed on a number of occasions that she regrets moving in the ways that she did, but it's happened and she can't take it back. So what more do you want from her? Like Tyree said. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth. I'm just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.